So we're playing COD MW3. Did you notice, by the way, this is the old one, the one that comes after the other two we played. Did you notice, by the way, that they didn't need to separate this into 30 apps to have special ops, campaign, and multiplayer all on disc?
Yeah, is that pretty crazy?
It's just on the disc.
Yeah.
It's just there.
Right.
Oh, by the way, the disc is a DVD. It's not even a Blu-ray or anything.
Right.
But nowadays it's like, oh, we have campaign, that'll take up 5,000 gigabytes, put that on something else. Oh, here you're going to have to plug this in and download this. We got the multiplayer separate. It's like, what is going on with this company?
I don't know. I feel like that's a question that you could ask anyone. You will not survive.
Yeah, they actually send a Infinity Ward employee to your house with a gun.
Is he an Infinity Ward?
Yeah,
like in prison, like the prison wards?
Yeah, they just send you, they send him there with a gun, and it's like, well, good luck.
You will not survive this. Oh, Earth.
Yeah, so this is not a Flat Earther game, and I'm immediately shutting it off along with B.O.B.
Yeah, I'm pretty upset.
B.O.B. sees this, he's like, and turns it off instantly.
As long as you knew it, is gone. How far will you go to bring it back? Shepard created a war, but only we knew the truth. Nikolai, we've got to get Soap out of here. I know a place.
That's what we should be doing to India.
Glassing it?
No, destroying it.
Why India? What did they do wrong? They're pretty peaceful, I think.
No.
They've had enough trouble with the British, I think.
Get him inside!
Ooh, hospital simulator.
What kind of name is Soap? The safe house is up ahead!
Are we playing a Soap?
Yes.
What happened to Soap?
Do you remember the end of the last game?
Yeah, but I thought he was fine.
He got, like, stabbed twice, kicked in the head, shot.
Yeah,
I think
what's the problem?
I don't think he's doing too great.
But he was in Afghanistan. Why are we in, like, a different country right now?
We had to get him airlifted.
Oh, okay, got it.
He needs help now! We're losing him. Charging. 3, 2, 1. Clear!
Oh, that was cool.
WW3? Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, this was actually how they announced World War III starting.
Okay.
They were like, yeah, the deal fell through with Ukraine, but you got a 360 game out of it.
Yeah.
What's the sit rep on New York?
The Russian jamming rigs have neutralized our air support. As long as they maintain air dominance, it's a losing fight.
We cannot lose New York. Are there any special mission units in the area we can request?
JSOC's got a Delta Force team at Bennett Field. Call sign Metal.
Overlord, Metal 01 is up on Greenside.
This is Sandman. Understand we are OPCON to you. Over.
Glad to have you in our corner, Sandman. The Russians are using electronic countermeasures to jam our comms and guidance systems. The primary emission tower is on top of the stock exchange. I need your team to destroy it. The jammer's full spectrum, so until it's down, you'll have no radio contact.
Whoa, this jammer's like me. It's on the autism spectrum. That's cool.
Yeah, look at, oh, that says Queen. It's okay.
Yeah, some rogue general decided he's got a thing against Queen, so he's like, we're gonna rename it Queers. That's kind of homophobic, don't you think? No!
No.
Whoa!
Oh, hey.
Hey, DEI, Black Tuesday.
Cool, awesome.
Do you really not like India?
I think India's
What's your problem with India?
They have too much people.
Let's...
Same with China.
They beat us in an election because they got the majority. So as an American, you're really upset here.
Yeah, that's right.
Democracy has failed because I lost. Everyone in the United States after the year of like 2004. Am I wrong?
No. All right. What are we in Manhattan now?
No, we're in India.
Got it.
So you can just weapons free since you're clearly a racist.
We'll leg it from here. Let's go.
Okay, is there any intel on this that we have to collect or no?
I don't know, but I don't really know if we're in like the presence of like great people. We've got Private Barry, Grinch, the Sandman, and I think Trash.
And who's this? Grinch? Yeah, that's Grinch.
Oh,
Okay.
you're already losing.
What is this scope?
Something.
Wait, is there any hit markers in this game?
They're supposed to be. Go into the settings. This was the first one to introduce them.
Oh.
I thought. Huh.
I don't see it anywhere.
That doesn't make any sense to me because there is in survival.
Yeah, right. Well, maybe they introduced them just for survival.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, look at the scope.
That's actually kind of annoying. I really like hit markers.
Yeah, I'd say this game's kind of bad.
Turn off.
I mean, not only does it promote,
India?
not flat Earth.
Oh, sorry. I was going back to your hatred.
Globe Earth.
I saw this thing, by the way. Now, to be fair, there's plenty of things like this in America and other places, too, where, there will be rivers or something. Nice job.
Okay.
There will be, like, something where, it's so polluted that it just screws with your health. But I saw this thing about this this river in India.
Okay.
Where a bunch of people swam in it, and they got so sick, and I think some people died.
Yeah, right. No, that is a thing. I think in France that was a thing because for the 2024 Olympics.
How do you pronounce this?
Oh, the Ganges?
Is that it?
I don't know. But yeah, in France that was a thing because there was that river that runs through Paris. I don't remember what it's called.
All I know is who was in Paris. I don't know anything about the river.
Who was in Paris? Tell us.
Jay-Z and Kanye.
Okay, got it. But anyways, so the city actually had to do like a cleaning effort of the river.
Wow, what a shame. They should maybe just do that in general.
I know. But they were going to have like a swimming competition in that river.
Okay. That'd be something to look into ahead of time.
I died from the same spot. So they were like, yeah, let's go through and clean it. And like the mayor of Paris like jumped in, swam in the river to like prove to the world that it was clean.
Oh, and did he get sick?
No.
Oh.
Because they like cleaned it up. But I'm like, why are we doing this anyways?
Yeah, like why not just keep it clean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never understood this with these countries, like how little they care about their infrastructure. Or their natural infrastructure. Do you need me to play the beginning?
No, I can do this.
You want to cut ahead?
I got a little greedy. I keep forgetting I'm on veteran.
I mean, would you rather play on hardened?
No, we can do it on veteran. We need the trophy.
Well, we don't need it. It doesn't matter.
We need to prove to the internet that we're good.
Well, you've died 3 times. You already disproved that.
True. I'll take it easier here. I'll be a little more tactical.
Remember, you're in World War III.
Okay, got it.
This is a serious thing. Approximately 40% of India's population across 11 states. Okay, so listen to this.
Okay.
So that river, it supplies water to approximately 40% of India's population, but it suffers from extreme pollution.
Okay, why don't they just clean it?
I mean, several initiatives have been undertaken to clean the river, but they failed to produce significant results.
Why?
I don't know. Probably because they know you hate them. So, like, they had that in the back of their minds the whole time. And they felt, like, discouraged, maybe. They're like, well, we could do this, but it'll never be good enough for him anyway. They're all just thinking about you.
That one random guy in America.
Who made a joke one time in a Let's Play of, like, a 12-year-old game.
Okay, fine, I guess, well, I didn't want to fix it anyways.
I like it being messed up. It adds character. I mean, I guess they could just play the lottery that way. It's like, how about we all take a drink and whoever doesn't get sick, you win.
I mean, if you
The proposed solutions include demolishing upstream dams to allow more water to flow into the river during a dry season, constructing new upstream dams or coastal reservoirs to provide dilution water during the dry season, and investing in substantial new infrastructure to treat sewage and industrial waste. I guess those are big problems getting into the water.
Yeah, no, I can see it.
Well, so here's the problem. I don't know what you do in a situation like this, and this is not specifically that country. It's like all countries. What do you do when your people have too many kids? Like, do you stop them? And if you do stop them, does that mean you force abort? Or, like, you know what I mean? Because, like, this was the problem with, like, China during the rapid expansion birth rate era a while back. Like, they literally had to limit it because it was killing their country.
Right.
And I remember during that time when they did limit it, there was, like, 5 billion fiction novels about how big of a tyranny it was that they limited their birth rate. And it was like, the secret child had to grow up in an attic because he was hidden. Because he was the secret third child, or whatever. And there were, like, all kinds of books like this. I even remember my mom read a chapter book where it was, like, about this kid who, like, in China had been hidden away because he was a secret child. Who, like...
How do you hide a child? You can't exactly, like, get rid of your wife's pregnancy.
I don't know. A lot of women can't even get rid of what they look like pregnant months later. Hey, you said it.
That's true.
Not me. But, yeah, I don't know. Well, anyway, so that was, like, the thing. But then, you know, if you do that, you have all these problems of, like, well, how do we enforce that?
Yeah.
You know? But then, you also have problems with, you want biodiversity, so you want people of different backgrounds and different areas to be having kids. You don't want all the people from one area to have them. I mean, it's true.
I could see why. I mean, I could see good areas to have kids.
You're right.
I could think of a few.
Elon Musk?
No.
Every other day he's tweeting about, like, we need more white babies!
I'm Susan B. Anthony.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever. No, not Susan. Whoever the founder of Planned Parenthood is. Not Susan B. Anthony.
Wait. Okay. I was making sure we weren't going to shoot our own guy. That's Private Razzledorf.
Okay. Sorry, I killed Private Razzledorf.
That's okay.
Why isn't this a map in multiplayer, by the way?
I have no idea.
Or wait, isn't this? Is this?
There's something kind of based off of this in survival.
Yeah, but it's not a multiplayer map?
I don't think so. Wouldn't you rather have Piccadilly?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What is that scope?
The best scope I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's kind of cool.
It is cool.
I like the scope.
I just don't think I've ever seen one like that in another game.
Yeah.
That I can think of. I like how locked in you are here.
Well, yeah, because I need to prove my worth.
Yeah, trust me, you already blew it.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is for that, though, by the way. Because, yeah, you can't just, like, tell people, stop having kids.
I mean, you can, but they won't.
Yeah. But, like, I mean, I think the solution is... I don't know. I mean, I'm personally okay with, like, the China solution. Everyone's limited to, what was it, one kid?
Yeah, but what do you do to stop them from having another? Do you abort it?
You just, like, tell them to be nice.
You're right, that works.
Like, just, hey, don't, maybe screw around. Like,
hey, I feel like you're the governor of New York. Oh, our crime levels are off the charts? How about you guys knock it off? Whoa, we did it, guys.
yeah, there we
Great
go.
job.
Problem solved.
Hey, should we prosecute any of these people? No.
Right.
They'll learn. They'll learn.
Like, how about you knock it off?
Well, do you remember when I saw this thing recently where basically these people were...
What do you mean, you people?
Well, it actually is a you people situation because these were Latino people
Oh.
who were illegal immigrants. And this is a real thing that happened.
Did you turn them in?
I didn't get the chance.
Okay.
I mean, no, I wouldn't.
Right.
So basically what ended up happening was they were committing crimes and they got arrested, and basically they said in the cop car, like, they were talking to each other, and I don't know if they were just too dumb to know they were being recorded or what was going on here, but they were told, or they said to each other, well, if we get let out, we'll just do it again because they're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is literally the attitude of a lot of people.
Right.
You have to get in there. That gunship does not die.
Oh, I thought I could shoot it down.
No.
Oh, no.
Get down, get down. By the way, in here is going to be your first intel.
Oh, okay, so there's actual intel. Oh, 4 out of 5, so you already got some of this.
Yeah, I already got a bunch in the campaign, so I don't know if...
Oh! Okay.
I don't know if we will be able to find this or not, but basically there is an intel inside the office building, and it's going to be on the second level of the building in a bedroom or small office.
Okay.
So just so you know. So yeah, when that thing shows up, try to get in the building.
Maybe I just run over here now.
Like, yeah, get up a ways.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Yeah. Well, anyways, and I was thinking about it after I saw this, because a lot of times I hear like, well, they'll just do it again, and, you know, a lot of times I think people are like, okay, well, that's just a paranoia thing.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of people genuinely who are criminals in the United States. And when I say criminals, I don't mean like they're illegally here. I mean like, no, they're like doing criminal activity.
Yeah.
Like violence or things like this.
Right.
And I think a lot of those people, no matter where they're from, if they know that nothing will happen, they'll just keep doing it.
Right.
Because it's a low risk, high reward.
Yeah.
Jammer, kill the bad guys. I like it. Up the stairs, on me.
You know what I mean? Because like the high reward is, well, we might get wealthy out of it, or we will, you know, send our message. You know, if it's a racial thing, it's like, well, we'll send our message we want to send. If it's a money thing, it's, okay, let's say we get busted trying to rob a bank. Well, if nothing will happen, the upside is I might get rich. The downside is nothing will really happen.
Yeah.
So it's like,
you spend a little bit in jail and that's it.
Why wouldn't I try to rob a bank again?
Yeah.
You know? And this is where I think it's kind of difficult, because it's like, I don't want a system that just punishes. I would like a system that encourages change.
Yeah.
Where people grow and, honestly, and can get a job years later. Because, like, I also think today's world punishes you forever, like, outside of jail.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, what does it say on TV, by the way? Is it talking about World War III?
Battle for New York, America's last stand, because America is definitely only New York.
Yeah. Well, if California...
New York is fallen, America's done!
If California and New York fall, we're done. So it should be right by that.
We still have Alabama.
Well, that's true. The land of marrying your sister.
Yeah. Oh, that was Sandman. I almost killed him.
Do you kind of get what I'm saying? It's like, I also feel like if you look at people who do get out, one of the biggest reasons that people reoffend that I've seen is they can't get a job. They can't find stability.
Yeah.
Like, they literally, there's nothing they can do.
Right.
Because no one will hire them. Like, stuff like that. And it's kind of, and then you see a lot of people say, well, then they shouldn't have offended in the first place. It's like, okay, yeah, maybe. But, you don't want change? You know what I mean?
You've already got this one, by the way.
Yeah, I think so, too.
But yeah, no, I agree.
And that's something that kind of bums me out, you know, where I see, it seems like it's really rare for a business to take a chance on someone who got convicted of a crime.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I think it's kind of, I think it's sad because there's no, hey, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. There's no ability to recognize people changing, you know, and that's the sad thing too, and you even see this with the internet. Like, if someone when they're 13 writes the N-word on Twitter...
It's always the N-word with you.
I like the N-word.
Okay, got it.
I'm just going to come out and say it.
Okay, got it. All right.
No, so if someone, like, writes the N-word on Twitter when they're 13, that's, you know, they could be 40 years old and a 100% completely different person, but the internet doesn't care.
Yeah.
The internet's like, well, they said the N-word when they're 13.
Yeah, like that baseball player.
And I'm like...
Who was that guy?
Ricky Sanchez.
Multiple voices. Alley behind the door. Frost.
Is that a racist thing?
What? No, it just sounded like a baseball player name.
Whoa.
You couldn't see a trading card with Ricky Sanchez's name on it?
No, I don't see color.
Well, luckily my baseball cards are in black and white.
Oh, okay, cool.
Jammer's not far. Watch the windows and doors. Double check the shadows.
Truck, you getting anything on your comms? Nothing but static. Jammer's got us in the dark.
The next one is I probably already got it, but it's check the lower level of the boutique after you flashbang 2 Russians in an alley.
Oh, okay.
The laptop is on a counter under the stairs used to access the lower floor.
Switch them off.
Roger that.
So I think we're in this building.
You were supposed to use stealth, not walk right up to the thing.
Okay,
Were you not listening?
I was, but I didn't realize they could see us.
Okay. All right. Hello down there.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yes, I too am the Russian.
Fringe, take up Overwatch while we clear the store.
I'm on.
What do you think was with this era where every bad guy was Russian?
Contact, take cover.
Well, we're like modern day people. Like Russia is just the most hated people ever. I think we're still getting out of the Cold War era.
Okay. Well, they're making you. They're gonna keep flashing that crap.
I think we were just getting out of the Cold War era, though. So basically, just Russia was on everyone's minds.
Mm-hmm. Didn't the Cold War end though in the 80s?
It ended technically kind of when the wall fell in 1989.
President Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
President Gorbachev, tear up my butt.
Oh, whoa! Now that would be progressive. That's like the DEI version of history they'll tell later. Yeah, and then, was it Reagan? Was that who it was?
Yeah, that was Reagan.
And then Reagan and Gorbachev did it! On the wall! And the clapping of their cheeks was so strong that the wall cracked and fell. I don't know, that's the kind of history I want to be a part of.
I'd love to get some of that Reagan clapping going on.
Did you know this was a big problem with the James Bond franchise, is they didn't know where to take it after the Cold War?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had no idea. Because Bond kind of existed because of the Cold War. I mean,
yeah, right.
The culture of spies and, you know, espionage and all these different things. Like, he existed because of that. And so then when that went away...
See, he just went up and shot.
Well, okay,
so I mean... it wasn't just me.
That guy didn't know either. That guy saw you last time he went up and he went, yes, hello, would you like a Kremlin or two? He thinks it's a candy bar.
Got it.
By the way, he keeps hearing people talk about the Kremlin and he's like, well, what is this?
Sounds
like
pretty
Hershey's?
good.
Yeah, they had no idea what to do with James Bond after the Cold War. And another problem was they were running out of stories.
Oh,
so
okay.
There are stories not written by Ian Fleming that they could use, but for whatever reason, they decided that they really just wanted to adapt Ian Fleming's stuff and then their own stuff, like, you know, original stories.
Right.
And so they didn't really know where to take it. They were like, okay, well, we're running out of books. We don't know what to do. GoldenEye is actually the first movie that was made not themed after an Ian Fleming book. And the name wasn't even after an Ian Fleming book. It was taken based off of what he had named his estate. He had called it the GoldenEye Estate. I don't really know why.
Oh.
But that was like his house.
Okay. That's cool.
It's supposed to be under those stairs. Under one of these stairs. So I don't think it's here. I think it's already gone.
I think you already got it.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting, and that's why it was a huge risk. That's why when people talk about GoldenEye being such a big movie and a big deal, it was kind of the perfect storm that they were able to get it to work out, because they not only were able to make a video game later on that redrew attention to the Bond franchise and, you know, revolutionized the first-person shooter.
Yeah.
They're kicking our ass. We can't get through.
Any word on air support?
Still nothing. Guidance systems are scrambled. We need to get that jammer down.
Then let's move.
So they were not only able to, you know, revolutionize the first-person shooter later on and redraw attention to the James Bond franchise through the N64, right? In the gaming world. But they were able to revolutionize the Bond franchise in film. And they were able... There's nothing here. You don't need to even look.
Okay.
I'll tell you when it's going to be. And they were able to essentially create a new life for the franchise. It wasn't a reboot, but it's treated as a soft reboot in a way where if you didn't watch anything before GoldenEye, you can totally jump in there. Mm-hmm. But if you did, you know, there's references and connections and stuff where technically it's the same Bond as before. You know, it's not like Craig where they rebooted.
Yeah.
So I think that's interesting how they were able to do that.
Well, it was is that Pierce Brosnan?
Yes.
That wasn't the first Pierce Brosnan Bond movie, was it?
It was, which is also why it was a risk. So you're introducing a new actor. You're out of stories that you can do right now. You're not even naming it after a story that exists. And the Cold War ended. By all accounts, people thought that this was like... People thought this was a desperate move and that the franchise was basically dead.
Yeah.
Like, hang up the jersey, let it go. You had a good run, but the Russians and Americans aren't at war anymore. There's no room for spies. We don't need this. And I think it's interesting to see how, if they had hung it up, you know, you would have missed out on, like, one of probably the best action movies ever made.
Right.
Or spy action movies, I guess. And one of the best movies in that franchise.
Yeah, no, that's kind of interesting. There's a lot of media out there that came from the Cold War era in America.
Also, here, real quick, it looks like it was on a glass case in there.
Oh, should I go back?
Do you want to, real quick?
Yeah.
Because the way that they made it look, it's on a counter under the stairs.
Okay.
I don't even know if you can get back in there. Can you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get to the stock exchange building's the next one. I think we already picked this up.
Is it this one? Like on this?
Yeah,
counter?
it looked to me like it would have been there.
Because that's underneath the stairs.
Okay.
And the only computers left are this one, which is not it, and this one.
Which I also think is not it, but did you check?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, there you go.
So yeah, so I think we got that one.
You're going to say media came out of the Cold War.
Yeah, well, no, there's a lot of interesting media that came out of the Cold War. Like, the 60s show Get Smart.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good, really good show.
And it's movie reboot.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that?
I did.
I liked it.
With Steve Carell, it's really funny.
Yeah.
So that was definitely from, like, the Cold War era with, like, spies and things like that. But I actually learned that that show was originally based off of an older show called The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh, I was going to bring up...
U.N.C.L.E. is like a acronym.
Yeah, U-N-C-L-E. I was going to bring that up, but I didn't know it was based off that.
Yeah.
I didn't know those were connected at all.
And there is actually a... the first episode... Or, sorry, not the first episode. There's a lot of references in what am I saying? A lot of references in Get Smart to other shows. Like, the first episode is called Dr. Big or something like that, based on... No, Dr. Yes or something.
Oh, so it's related to Dr. No.
Yeah, it's based on Dr. No from James Bond. There is also an episode called The Spy from something, but I don't remember what it is. But it's based off The Spy from U.N.C.L.E. show. So there are episodes that are kind of based off other spy shows, too.
That's
that are
cool.
kind of interesting. But, yeah, no, that's another kind of Cold War era show. It's really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting spy stuff.
That's kind of epic.
think that's really cool. Cold War and World War II.
Yeah.
Those made a lot of good media.
Yep.
I kind of wish that the World War II explosion of media, that there had been that for World War I.
Yeah.
Because World War I it's so interesting. I feel like it's genuinely an underexplored war, and I think the only reason it is because they don't have a good villain.
Right.
I mean, like, you got the Yazis for World War II, and I feel like most people can rally behind, yeah, the Yazis suck.
Yeah, I can't, but I know.
Right, yeah, but most people
Yeah.
can. And then it's I think it's going to be out there.
Okay.
The intel, so why don't you just clear the area first? But I feel like when it comes down to it for World War I, when you actually get into the nitty-gritty of why it happened, and you find out, oh, this is over trade disputes, and also everyone memes about the Archduke Ferdinand. It actually doesn't really have anything to do with him. What it has to do with is him dying led to a chain reaction of ally ships that got dragged into a war because it was all these agreements of, if you get dragged into a war, we'll protect you. Well, if you get dragged into a war, we'll protect you.
Yeah.
On both sides. And so that's what led to, you know, all of this, I guess I would say, all these groups fighting each other.
Yeah.
I still don't understand, though, the infrastructure of how the hell the Germans, in World War I, because there was, they were called the Axis still during that time, right? There was like an Axis powers. those together?
Axis was mainly World War II.
Okay, well then what did you call the group that was with the Germans? Because it wasn't only Germany, it was a few other smaller countries with them.
Yeah. I don't know, actually.
Wow. Some historian.
It might be Axis, but I guess, I don't know.
Well, anyway, I find it interesting that that group was able to put up such a fight against, like, America, you know, the United Kingdom, France,
yeah,
all these different places.
Well, America didn't even enter the fight till the end of the war.
For World War One?
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of pulled the same shit in World War II.
Yeah, it was like 1917, I believe, when America officially entered, and the war ended in, like, 1918, basically.
Yeah, it did end in 1918. But it's interesting to me that, you know, you had... What took them so long, by the way, to get involved with that? Was it still the isolationism?
Yeah, it was
shit?
just isolation. America just kind of thought it was... That's a European war.
Oh.
Why are we getting involved in that? And you also have to keep in mind, but at the time of World War I, there wasn't really the connection in America that we had to Europe. That picture looks like these. Oh, yeah, here's the ammo crate. I guess I ran past this. So it's somewhere in here?
You would have seen it already.
Okay, so we already got this one then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Intel 4 out of 5. Here, listen to this really quick. On the trading floor of the exchange.
Which would be this.
Yeah, so wait a minute. There are lots of little kiosks and trading stations. Check the kiosk next to the staircase you need to use to move on. It's on a kiosk counter. So it's next to the staircase.
So I'm assuming here?
I would assume so.
I wish they kept them on here, like maybe like the laptop was closed or something.
Maybe. Yeah, I never noticed this till we got older, but I feel like you play these games really jerky. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're like...
Well, I'm just scanning the room.
Well, I know, but you don't scan the room like this. You don't, like, look, you go...
Yeah,
it's
what,
like watching
you can't tell? Like...
Well, it's like watching an FP... Jeez, that fucking hurts my eyes. Doesn't that hurt your eyes?
No, not at all. I guess I'm just better.
It just reminds me of an FPS player online that you'd make fun of.
Oh, I know, but those people are ridiculous.
Yeah, they're way worse than you. You're better because at least you get paid.
That's true.
The 5th intel is near the Russian signal jammer.
Okay.
So you're gonna get there later. It's like on a roof.
Okay.
What were you saying though about World War One? You're saying that the United States didn't have an interest in European wars.
Yeah, because up until like World War One, they didn't want like French fries and baguettes and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But they weren't really involved at all in Europe at that point. They just saw it as like, that's Europe over there. We might trade with them every now and then, but we're kind of like our own thing.
Was there still that animosity?
Kind of, yeah.
Not liking Europe?
There kind of was, yeah. And then after World War One, that's when America really became more involved.
It's later on.
Okay.
Right.
So that was like kind of the war that got America and Europe connected.
But it took forever for them to get involved in World War II as well.
Yeah, it did.
So what was the deal with that? I've never understood that. I've never understood why you wouldn't at least have your generals saying, hey, by the way, if this succeeds, they're going to come here.
Yeah, right.
You know, like, that's the thing I don't understand. Like, yeah, obviously there's some wars that don't affect you in that way, and I know this is kind of a controversial stance right now. Years ago, no one cared. Years ago, people hated Ukraine. Even in America, they were like, why are we giving them money?
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like, people get really mad if you even talk about this. But that would be a war where I would say, okay, well, you know, if you're fighting it, it's probably for moral or reasons that you want to protect democracy, like you want to protect small nations. Mm-hmm. Really, the reason is because we have a vested military and financial interest in resources. But that's the on-paper reason is, well, you know, we want to protect small nations that can't protect themselves.
Yeah.
But I feel like a war like that is different. You know, if you have a war like Ukraine, or like, oh, you know, is Taiwan going to fall? I'm not saying they don't matter, But I'm saying those are wars I could see someone looking at and being like, that's not really our thing. Like, why are we getting involved in this? That's not our part of the world, you know, like, why are we policing this?
Yeah.
But then if you look at a war like World War II, it's like, oh, hey, Germany is going to take over the entire world here. Don't do that yet, by the way. Do not do the power source jammer thing, because that intel is up here.
Oh, jeez,
somewhere.
I thought there was a cover up here.
Nope.
I guess not. Okay.
So I could see that for like a smaller war, but then this war, it's literally, hey, if Germany wins, they're going to expand more, because their ideology is based on master race and eugenics and spreading their people throughout the world and eliminating other people. You know?
Right.
Like their ideology was based on these people are genetically superior, therefore they have more value and are more of a person than the genetically inferior.
Right.
Which, when you have an ideology like that, why would they stop expansion? Because they're gonna like take over. Let's say they take over Britain, like all of Great Britain. So you know you have the United Kingdom. They take like France, Italy, stuff like this, right? Let's say they take that over. Well, they're gonna look at that and they're gonna say, yes, well, this can mostly be salvaged. These are white people. Like, you know, if there's intermixing with our genetics, it's still European.
Yeah.
So this is good. And then they're going to look at other areas around them and be like, oh, this is inferior. Well, if we wipe these people out, we can expand and basically have another country. And we can keep expanding until the whole world is just us. Like, they're not going to stop.
Yeah.
And when you look at Minnesota, when you look at the United States, which is like a mongrel type nation, in terms of how people like that would view it, interbreeding, you know, mixed race, all this stuff, like they wouldn't view it as purebred.
Yeah.
They're not going to want to spare the genetics of that country. They're just going to want to take it and then spread the European genetics through it. And so it's something where it's like, it's not, this is a risk to everyone, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand the justification for not getting involved in that war earlier.
Right.
It's probably one of the few wars I can think of where I think that's it, actually. That might be. Is that the...
Where's the intel?
I don't know. It's supposed to be up here.
I guess I don't even know what it looks like. Does it look like the same in the other games?
It looks pretty similar.
Oh, here it is. So this is what we're looking for.
Okay.
Just like, yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, look,
Nice.
we already have almost half of them.
Yeah, we got all of them for this level.
Hopefully a couple levels, it's just we have them all going
Yeah.
in.
Well, that's all on you. See
You're
how
right.
lazy you were when you were a kid.
In 2012?
Plant the thermite.
In place. Clear the blast radius.
That means
Get
don't
out of here.
stand next to it. Yes.
Okay.